Buddhism, seeing through suffering to overcome. Let go to return to yourself, to touch inner peace. 1. Failing to overcome failure is the true failure. Failure is common. There are few in life who've never failed at anything. But if you fail and collapse, unable to rise again, then the rest of your life may be nothing but complaints. The most successful people are often those who have stumbled many times. What matters is whether you know how to get up again after you fall. Don't just lie there, lamenting your fate, waiting for someone to come and rescue you. Your life is decided by you, and the path you walk is chosen by you. If you don't know how to stand back up after stumbling, don't expect to walk the promising road ahead. 2. Unable to see through yourself. Not seeing yourself trapped in your own vicious circles, not seeing your wounds after each struggle, not seeing the tranquil place behind the meaningless bustle. These are among the greatest sufferings of human life. People think that they know themselves best, yet in reality the opposite is often true. Gaining insight into the deepest parts of your soul is the most difficult thing. Amid the illusions and commotion of life, there are many things that prevent you from seeing your own situation, prevent you from seeing that you are lost in a cycle. You may not see the wounds after each struggle, nor see the peaceful place behind the bustling glitz. You also can't see the way home after a lifetime of weariness, nor see the joy hidden behind sorrow, nor recognize sincere affection amid a sea of strangers. 3. Regretting the past. If you are forever caught up in regrets, longing for your own former glory, lamenting unfinished pursuits, clinging to empty vanity or applause, then your life will be in constant torment. People are easily haunted by the past, especially when remembering the bright days they once had. They miss the memories, even though those memories may be as insubstantial as mist. They regret the things they could not accomplish, even though there is no longer any chance. They regret fame and the cheers of triumphant applause, even though it's all hollow vanity. Living in regret means a life without peace. Yesterday is just a passing rain. Eventually the rain stops. Yesterday is like a film. Once played, it ends. Dwelling on the past another day is another day weighed down by remorse. Often you have to accept that there are things that cannot be undone, words spoken that cannot be taken back. Continuing to cling to the past only casts a gloomy fog over your present and your future. 4. Not knowing how to let go. Not being able to let go of the people or things that have left, not letting go of past guilt and shame, is like carrying a boulder on a 1,000-mile journey, heavy and exhausting. Letting go here does not merely refer to letting go of material possessions or wealth, but more importantly, letting go of mental anguish and troubles. If you cannot let go of them, such doubts will gradually poison your soul, never allowing you peace. Letting go is also the way the Buddha teaches us to wash away our worldly burdens so that we might return to our pure and compassionate nature. As mentioned, failing to let go is like a traveler on a long journey stubbornly carrying a heavy rock on his back. How can you reach life's destination if you remain so fixated and weighed down? Life need not be an ocean of suffering. It is we who create our own suffering. Only when our perspective shifts does our soul shine with clarity. Each person's life is like a book. There are pages of sadness, pages of joy, pages of suffering, and pages of happiness. Be strong. Turn over a new page every day. If every page were the same, the book would be dull. It's the variety of pages that allows our emotional range to expand. Through suffering, we learn to cherish happiness more. Meetings and partings in life are all determined by destiny. Following the flow of that destiny and peace is the best thing. When you are young, happiness seems simple. Growing older, finding a simple life itself becomes happiness. To avoid wasting this lifetime, do good deeds and love what is wholesome, because goodness brings happiness to you and to others. Typically, when people are about to grasp happiness, they are elated, but once they have it, they become anxious. There's nothing absolute in this life. Everything finds a balance. The more you have, the greater your accompanying responsibilities. Life is like the sun, sometimes bright, sometimes overshadowed. In the end, human life has just 2.5 minutes. 1 minute to smile, 1 minute to sigh, and half a minute to love. Life is neither too long nor too short. Cherish what deserves to be cherished and let go of what needs to be released. There are people we cannot forget simply because we can't bear to, and there are others we must forget because they do not deserve remembrance. Don't trust your eyes too much, because sometimes what you see is simply what you want to see, while you overlook the things you don't like. We often think we control our own lives, forgetting that living requires cooperation with many others. No matter what difficulties you face today, trust that only yesterday can never return. Tomorrow surely will come. Sometimes you awaken from life's dream, letting your heart realize what is real and illusory. Sometimes you simply open your heart with compassion and live in the present, finding happiness in the now. Live the later half of your life as follows. In the latter half of life, learn to stay calm. Sometimes people misunderstand you. Don't argue. There are many issues in life where right and wrong are hard to determine or might not exist at all. In the latter half of life, learn to humble yourself. You may differ in opinion with your children or have conflicts with your friends. It's not that big a deal. Maybe do some housework, mopping the floor, doing laundry. While working, you'll notice your emotions and thoughts settle down. In the latter half of life, do not regret. Life is a long road with countless forks, and we must continuously choose. No choice is ever repeated. Once made, no point in regretting. Sometimes it's fate or karma urging you along, binding you to your choices. In the latter half of life, preserve your simplicity. Overthinking only complicates life. Living simply is like a grace bestowed by heaven. Learn to appreciate the fragrance of food, the joy of movement, and easy conversation with friends. In the latter half of life, seek tranquility. Reaching a certain age, you naturally no longer enjoy noisy crowds. A calm mind nurtures good health and longevity. It doesn't matter whether you live in material abundance or lack. Inner tranquility is true happiness. In the latter half of life, allow yourself to be a bit clueless. Some things deserve indifference. Let them go. If something cannot be clarified, don't force it. If someone needs to pass by you, let them. If you only know how to remember but never forget, if you only know how to calculate but not let go, if you're always crafty and never simply genuine, your life will be filled with constant worries. In the latter half of life, sometimes indulge yourself. Eat fruits, vegetables, healthy foods daily. Don't let your cravings ruin your health. With an aging body, being overweight makes it harder to move around. Yet don't be too strict about your diet either. Enjoy the flavors of life in moderation so your spirit and body remain light and serene. In the latter half of life, offer blessings to others frequently. How you treat others is how they will treat you. So, always give heartfelt blessings to your friends, grandchildren, and even strangers. Don't be stingy about a simple blessing. When you make others happy, you yourself are filled with boundless joy. Time waits for no one. Do whatever good you can for others. To give is to let go of your greed, to pray for happiness and peace for all. The root of happiness lies in how we think about people and the events in our life. Cultivate the following perspectives for a life of lasting serenity. In life, it's hard to avoid others judging or mocking your flaws. Rather than letting that disturb you, learn to laugh at your own imperfection. This shows that you confidently embrace your perfect imperfection. Acknowledging yourself is the key to self-improvement. It's normal that your opinions differ from others. There's no need to change just because no one else shares your point of view, as long as your life harms no one and your conscience remains clear. Some people are favored by life more than others. That's nobody's fault. We have no choice but to accept this tough reality. Life is inherently unfair. Just keep striving each day, moving towards your goals. Even if you can't reach your ideal destination, at least you'll go beyond your starting point. Also realize that you'll never get everything you want. In each phase of life, you'll yearn for certain things. Even if you obtain them, soon you'll want something else. The main point is to learn to be satisfied with what you already have, reducing daily stress. We all have to choose what's worth doing and what's not. Consider carefully before making a choice so as not to waste precious time on unworthy pursuits. Everything has two sides, so don't believe stories told from only one perspective. Don't let dazzling social media images fool you. Carefully verify things before placing your trust in them. People who choose a cunning path may achieve quicker success, but those who choose goodness can go the distance. Be a good person, even if life treats you poorly. Simply because being good lets you sleep well, no worries about your misdeeds being exposed. If you expect others to bring you happiness, rest assured you will be disappointed again and again. Love life and people without expecting anything in return. That way, your heart remains at peace. Some of us stand at the crossroads wondering, where should I go? We glance back and realize our hair is graying. Hesitation weighs us down in life's currents. One hand wants to cling to a temple's door, the other hand still clings to worldly dreams. Retreating to the mountains, we miss city lights. In the city, we yearn for the moonlit peaks. Sometimes our feet are weary, yet our heart is not still drunk on life. Our eyes look toward the clouds, only to be obscured by a lover's hand. We linger in the cycle of life and death, shifting from one thing to another, asking ourselves, where is home? Beneath one's cradle lies a future grave. We know this, yet we still hover. The Sai tree, the Bodhi, both silhouettes bow under the night sky. Suddenly we return to the name that calls us. Tears remain on the path of regret. Had we been decisive then, we might have escaped this toiling circle of life and death. We're adrift because of worldly debts. Our fragile spirit is tossed about on the river of delusion. Attitude in the face of adversity. Why can soft-bodied oysters produce pearls? When a grain of sand gets inside an oyster, causing great discomfort, the oyster can't expel it. Faced with that pain, the oyster doesn't complain, but uses its own nutrients to wrap the grain layer after layer, until that painful grain becomes a magnificent pearl. And why does the wild horse so strong become defeated by a tiny bat? When a bat attaches and sucks its blood, the wild horse is irritated but can't chase the bat away. Overcome with rage, it runs frantically until it collapses and dies. Scientists discovered that the small amount of blood the bat took wasn't enough to kill the horse. It was its own furious, mindless exertion that led to death. Life is full of uncertainty, and the unexpected often accounts for about 80% of it. When things don't go our way, let us remember the lesson of the oyster and the wild horse. Our mindset, our wise perspective on circumstances can turn things around. Spiritual growth is measured by how we face and solve life's problems. Live in a way that doesn't shame your conscience. Even if you're betrayed, keep on crossing the river. Even if flowers won't bloom for you, don't expect the stream to flow backwards. Live fully your human life, joys and sorrows, successes and failures all pass. Spring stirs leaves waiting for autumn to fall. Live so that love and tranquility abide. Those who genuinely cultivate the spiritual path shouldn't fear hardship, because it's adversity that refines the mind, elevates consciousness, and nurtures wisdom. True spiritual cultivation happens in daily life. If you use a broad, generous heart to accept everything, you won't find anything unresolvable. You'll see everyone as a good person. See all events and circumstances as beneficial. These are not mere words, it's proven in reality. Remember well, be strict with yourself and lenient with others. That is, when you make mistakes, strictly self-reflect. When others err, don't be overly harsh in blaming them. In dealing with others, do the same. Treat your superiors, colleagues, subordinates, and everyone with kindness. Then resentment between you and others will naturally lessen according to the capacity of your heart. We often say that the laws of the universe never change. Many forget about stillness, pushing themselves to exhaustion without pondering the origin of humanity. We come from a state of stillness, from nothingness. Why do we feel sleepy after a day's busyness? Because human beings need stillness. The mind cannot function without rest. When you tackle a complex issue that seems unsolvable, the first thing you must do is let go of your thoughts, become still, and stop thinking. In that quiet, suddenly a feasible solution may emerge. That is the power of stillness. If you face a problem so hard that the more you think, the more your mind tenses, you end up mentally and physically drained, possibly making yourself ill. The world is like a mirror. If your face is scowling, the reflection in the mirror is also scowling. Is it the mirror's fault? Life is a mirror. Smile, and the reflection smiles back. So don't hesitate to offer kind smiles. Though the world bears many sorrows, if you polish the mirror of your mind, you'll see constant brightness no matter the fog outside. Each person is also a mirror, a lesson reflecting back to us. If your heart is filled with understanding and empathy, life radiates wonderful fragrance. A certain person had a strange habit. Whenever he picked up a newspaper, he would first read the obituaries. Even if he didn't know the deceased, he'd carefully read them. A friend was puzzled by this. He answered, "Oh, I read them because I want to thank these people." The friend was baffled. "You thank dead people, people you've never met? Are you out of your mind?" He calmly replied, "Yes, I'm grateful to them for reminding me never to forget that life is impermanent, that death can come at any moment without warning. When they were alive, perhaps these people had many dreams, schemes, struggles, joys, and sorrows. Now they are lifeless bodies waiting to be cremated or buried in cold earth. By giving their very lives, they teach me life's greatest lesson. Don't they deserve at least a thank you?" One day, someone asked the earth, "How do you all live with each other?" "We encompass, accept, nourish, and build one another." They asked the forest, "Trees, how do you live together?" "We happily stand together in the wood, sheltering one another through every hardship." They asked the wandering clouds, "How do you travel?" "We drift freely, no boundaries in our hearts. From the beginning, we merge into one." They asked the carpet of grass, "How do you live with your companions?" "Our roots interlace with the soil, sharing every drop of dew and sunshine." They asked the river, "How do you flow through the years?" "We flow in unison, water blending, even through waves and rapids." Finally, they asked, "How do people live with one another?" Silence. No one answered. Statues seemed to grin emptily while human beings stepped on each other to survive. Everyone carried their private concerns, forgetting that mortal life is short. Only when compassion for humankind awakens do we bow in respect to all nature. It's fine to be a bit frugal, but don't be overly calculating about money. If you judge others by their wealth, one day you'll become a slave to money. It's fine to be somewhat lazy, but not so lazy that you're perpetually disheveled, neglecting duties. Try to contribute so you're not just a parasite on society. It's fine to be ambitious, but don't let your ambition turn you into a demon. It's fine to be clever, but never think you're the only smart one while everyone else is foolish, otherwise the only fool in the world will be you. It's good to be tolerant, but don't let people underestimate or take advantage of your tolerance and continue making the same mistakes. In any case, maintain your own principles and self-respect. It's better to be a bit clueless in order to be happier, rather than too clever and exhausting yourself with ambitions. Being slightly naive helps you face life with calm acceptance. There is a saying, "Fools have their own blessings." Being somewhat simple-minded doesn't mean you lack intelligence. Rather, it suggests you possess a deeper understanding of life and a calm acceptance of it. When opportunities come, do your best. When you gain something, you can smile and let it go. When you can't reach certain affections, let them fade gently. People who are a bit foolish in this way tend to have broad minds, are easily satisfied, and feel at ease. Being slightly naive also means not bickering with others, leading to a more carefree life. Indeed, sometimes it's best to be a bit foolish. Over-calculating only exhausts you. When facing those who covet small gains, a naive person doesn't mind yielding a bit. Facing those who love superficial pride, a naive person can praise them a little. Facing sycophants, a naive person quietly walks away, paying no attention. It's not that such a person doesn't notice these bad traits, they simply choose not to point them out. A so-called foolish person can be tolerant and empathetic toward others' feelings. Happiness is actually very simple. Know when to advance and when to retreat. Not competing is a form of wisdom and kindness. Releasing yourself is also releasing others. Being somewhat naive doesn't necessarily mean you lose out. Not demanding too much from yourself keeps your family harmonious. Not quarreling too much with your beloved helps love endure. Not counting every penny with your friends keeps friendships strong. Be a little naive. Learn ways to enjoy your life without being hasty or calculating everything. Through history, how many wise people fell victim to their own cleverness? From now on, allow yourself to be a bit naive, unbothered by worldly issues. That's how you can remain calm in life and attain true freedom. You can't order the four seasons to halt their winds, but you can learn patience, so you're at ease in life's gales. You can't ask the river to stay calm. It's you who must not become deluded amid the current. Sit lightly, untroubled. The wise person who knows how to handle life is like an actor in a play, continually shifting through many roles, as a child, sibling, spouse, parent, teacher, etc. Skillfully adopting different mindsets for each role makes your life lighter and more welcoming to joy and happiness. Facing your parents, open your heart. They gave you life and will always love you unconditionally. Don't be annoyed by their aging or their grumbling. Confide in your parents about your worries. You'll be surprised how their experience and advice broaden your perspective. Facing your children, don't lock them in rules. A parent's authority and kindness should go hand in hand for effective nurturing. When your child does something wrong, firmly say no. But do have fair conversations with your child. Let them choose, rather than following rigid rules you set. For instance, would you like to go to bed now or in 10 minutes? Works better than the command, go to bed right now. Facing your life partner, allow yourself to be vulnerable. A family is not a place to compete for power or to dump your frustrations. A home must be built on gentle affection and mutual respect. If you're tired, be open about it. Share your burdens and grievances so your partner knows you need understanding and comfort, and that way you both care for and love each other more. Facing work, accept challenges. Work is a role calling for maturity and reason, so we can't pick tasks solely based on likes or dislikes. We must embrace difficulties, be ready to learn, seek growth, and cooperate with others, bettering ourselves along the way. Facing friends, let yourself unwind. We all have a few close friends. Around them, you don't need to hide your troubles or pretend you're strong. When you're upset or in difficulty, arrange a meeting or simply phone them. Share your life's ups and downs. Such sharing strengthens feelings of support and care on both sides. Facing yourself, remove the mask. Each of us has hidden weaknesses. If you yourself ignore them, any happiness you show will be superficial. Loving and caring for yourself replenishes your soul. When you're tired and stressed, instead of keeping up appearances, grant yourself some quiet time. Momentarily take off the mask and settle your mind. Suddenly, you rediscover who you are within the blur of illusions, like sunrise meeting sunset, like dusk suddenly encountering dawn. Live like the Buddha. He owned nothing yet, could use everything. Enjoy things, don't try to possess them. Everyone knows we arrive and depart this world empty-handed. So why exhaust ourselves trying to hoard everything as if we could keep them forever? Even our body, which we cling to day and night, the Buddha said, it's not really yours. How much more so the external things? So why wear yourself out chasing and tangling in karma? A lotus does not distance itself from mud. In the mud, it still exudes fragrance. Living in the murky world, though the path is many-branched, you need only one correct direction. In wisdom lies compassion. In compassion must be wisdom, guiding and adapting to circumstances. In all things, guide your boat smoothly through the tide. Understand and live freely. The seeds on the field of your heart. Whether a person lives happily depends chiefly on the mind, not the body. It's not what you gain or lose each day that dictates your mood. It's actually you. Your own mind is like a field. Sow good seeds, you'll reap good fruits. Sow bad seeds, and bad fruits inevitably follow. If each day you can live joyfully, letting your life blossom like grass in the field or bloom like flowers, then all nature will join in celebrating you. Indeed, joy makes us more radiant, while hatred, resentment, and suffering only make us uglier. Appearance follows the heart. A smile is a bright mirror of the soul that can light up every seed planted in your mind. If joy takes root within you, the fruit will be a smile. If sorrow takes root, the fruit will be grief. If blame takes root, the fruit will be resentment. If compassion fills your heart, the fruit will be tolerance. If evil takes root, the fruit will be a decline into darkness. They say, we can't change the weather, but we can change our mood. You needn't be upset by the constant rain, because in the rain you don't have to worry about the sun. You needn't fear scorching heat, because bright sunlight means you're less likely to step in muddy puddles. Whoever is inclined toward altruism will sense peace blossoming within. Whoever is self-centered is bound to circle back into anxiety. Quiet your mind and realize this deeply. In reality, we own nothing. So how could anything truly belong to us? Around the world, near or far, we're all brothers and sisters. If you truly grasp this, you'll look upon everyone with understanding and compassion, and you'll no longer see enemies anywhere. Priceless gifts that needn't be bought. There are gifts you don't have to buy, yet they're extraordinarily meaningful and valuable for both the receiver and the giver. The gift of listening. Genuinely listen. Share in others' pains and joys. Listen not just with your ears, but with your whole heart. The gift of caring. Spend time caring about your loved ones, friends, and colleagues. Treat their problems as your own and let them feel your concern through daily acts. The gift of smiles. Smiles are a silent language of powerful impact. A smile doubles the joy and lightens the sorrow. Offer it to everyone around you. The gift of praise. Simple, sincere compliments. You look radiant today. You did that wonderfully. This meal is excellent. Give others cheer and motivation. The gift of creativity. Every day do something delightfully unexpected for your friends and family. You may be pleasantly surprised by how they reciprocate. The gift of silence. These are precious moments when you simply want peace to yourself. Value these times and also give the gift of silence to others when needed. The gift of gratitude. The simplest way to show appreciation for someone's help or concern is thank you with a sincere smile. These are priceless gifts that bring joy to both giver and receiver. The heart expands like sunlight shining in all directions, like rain falling on every field of love, like the wind touching endless horizons, living free of attachment and filled with kindness. Each day we face many disappointments, annoyances, and situations beyond our control. We can't always stop unwanted things from happening. It's better to learn to accept them cheerfully. Cultivate patience, tolerance, and generosity. Try to see both yourself and others with gentle, friendly eyes. Don't worry too much about failing. Leave the past behind. Focus on the present moment. Don't dredge up unhappy memories and bury yourself in them. Practice a bit of meditation each day. Even just a few minutes can transform your life. Inner peace leads to external peace and happiness. Give back all your entanglements in the cycle of rebirth and return to your true home. Give back the burden of a bent back and worldly entanglements. Return the restless mind to the vast ocean of stillness. Return the illusions of love to the ephemeral waves of life. Shadows drift across the porch. Time's river glides silently. What remains in me? Let the clouds of white carry it away. Return to the illusions of the world, 1,000 years of ephemeral dreams. We walk to the edge of time, dissolving like white clouds. Return the gloomy sky, return the lullaby of a mother's cradle. This body of birth and death is a source of sorrow, like a silkworm weaving its own cocoon. Return the autumn leaves to the forest, return the pen to the poem, return the strings to the guitar. I return to my original face, letting all entanglements go. In infinite potential, everything returns to emptiness. Have you ever felt discouraged by the negativity you constantly see around you? In those moments, you might withdraw, shutting the door of your heart, afraid to give or receive love for fear of being hurt. But have you also smiled quietly upon witnessing a small act of kindness, someone helping an elderly person cross the street, or offering you genuine words of support when you most needed them? Just as a small candle can illuminate the darkness, a single act of kindness can dispel the negativity surrounding our lives. Often, all we really need is to join hands in kindness for a better world. Life is like a train ride. When we're born, we get on the train with our parents, believing they will always be beside us, but at some station they step off, leaving us to travel alone. Over time, others join us, siblings, friends, and our life partner. Many will step off the train eventually, leaving empty seats behind, and each time we remember them, we feel wistful. The train ride is full of joy, anger, love, sorrow, greetings, farewells, and farewells forever. We don't know which station we ourselves will disembark. Hence, we must live our best, love, forgive, and give the best of ourselves. For when we must step off and leave an empty seat behind, may we leave the loveliest memories to those who continue the journey. Life is a long journey of countless ups and downs, requiring us to overcome them. But life is not a trap waiting to judge us. These trials help us grow through the deep lessons they bring. So what do we learn from life? Perhaps a great deal, but among them, gratitude is something we cannot ignore. Each day, how many times do you say or hear thank you? When you say thank you, do you speak from your heart? Surely you have felt joy when you see someone's bright eyes after you offer a gift or lend a helping hand, or when, in your own troubles, a hand reaches out to support you. Gratitude is more than saying thank you to someone. It acknowledges and respects their help or care, drawing hearts closer. True gratitude empowers us to make life better. A single step, 1,000 miles. Once you start, it's no longer distant. Tiny pebbles can gradually form a mountain. A bit of compassion shown to others multiplies your own joy. A small willingness to yield can soothe your mind, making the world feel vast. Forgiving a bit of pettiness preserves bonds of friendship. A small gesture of kindness can heal the bitterness in someone else's heart. A gentle inquiry can connect souls. A single sunbeam warms a cold winter day. One candle lights up a room, silencing the eternal night. One prayer can awaken the self from ignorance. Plant a single Bodhi seed, and you may have a flourishing tree of enlightenment. A small wholesome intention can become a great rain of blessings. A tiny act of kindness each day fosters a lifetime of harmony. Even a little is never insignificant. In life, everyone needs attention, love, and sharing. Caring for someone isn't just about whether they live well or have enough. True care comes from the heart, awakening someone's sense of trust. Remember that sometimes a few ordinary words can erase the wounds in someone's heart. By caring for others, your own heart grows richer. Everyone needs care and sharing, so never refuse it, whether you need someone's help or they need yours. In this world, we don't live alone. We can't handle everything by ourselves. We need others, and they need us. For instance, if you see someone struggling to start their car, an elderly person weighed down by heavy bags, or a pregnant woman looking for a seat on the bus, wouldn't you lend a helping hand? You can't arrive if you never depart. You can't be here if you never come. You wouldn't feel sad about goodbyes if you never cherished gatherings. You wouldn't appreciate dawn's radiance if you never faced a long night. You wouldn't treasure a Sunday morning if you never knew the rush of weekdays. When life's never smooth, you appreciate the calm. Realizing the present is a gift indeed. The word present means both current time and gift in English. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't get trapped by dogma living by others' thoughts. Don't let the clamor of other opinions drown your own inner voice. Most importantly, have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. Somehow, they already know what you truly want. Everything else is secondary. Whoever you are, be a kind person. Some pursue happiness, while others create happiness themselves. I just graduated from college and am looking for a job. Though I've submitted many applications, I haven't heard back as I hoped. Every company wants experienced hires. Yet I'm fresh out of school, where would I get that experience? So when a service shop offered me a position, I took it right away. Every morning on my way to work, I passed through the city's flower garden to admire the dewy blooms. One morning, I had the idea to buy a bouquet and give it to the first person I met upon entering my workplace. I stopped by a flower shop, chose the flowers, and wrapping myself. Holding that neat little bouquet, I stepped out feeling both excited and nervous. I didn't know who would receive it, but I was sure it would give someone a delightful surprise. I imagined their beaming face when I gave them this fresh bouquet with a "Have a nice day." The thought alone warmed me, making the morning seem more beautiful than ever. At work, the first person I saw was Kate, the oldest employee, who was arranging merchandise on the racks. Her hair was silver and her face gentle. She'd worked here for 10 years. I handed her the bouquet and smiled. "I'd like to give you these flowers and wish you a wonderful day." "Oh, thank you so much," she responded, her face shining with joy. "Today is my 30th wedding anniversary. My husband passed away 2 years ago. While he was alive, he always bought me flowers on our anniversary." What a lovely coincidence, I thought, realizing the significance of my small act. Sometimes a tiny gesture of kindness can bring someone an unexpected joy that even we might never have foreseen. Well then, the sunshine has left the day. Why be sad and let the months slip away in sorrow? So it goes, everything has become distant. Why cling to illusions now that love has abandoned us? No matter if it rains, a mind free from worries can still smile. Why not let past memories fade? Holding on to them brings only self-inflicted pain. Life is like a dream, ephemeral as mist. Love blossoms, then withers, illusions fade. This is the cycle of samsara. Sorrow follows joy, joy follows sorrow, on and on. If love is no more, let it go softly. We awaken from illusions, realizing impermanence. The world is ephemeral. Why cling to illusions? Gaze at your inner lotus and let it bloom. Rejoice that you can let go, that happiness can be found within. Perhaps now is the time for you to stand up and move forward. Pain can only continue when acceptance and forgiveness are absent. The past might show you the way, but don't let it lead you. Move at your own pace, accepting your destiny. Live well in the present moment, today, before hoping for a better tomorrow. We are often let down by those we trust the most, and are loved by those we least expect. Some make us cry over things we didn't do, while others forgive our mistakes and only see our smile. Some abandon us when we most need them, while others stay even when we tell them to go. This world has all kinds of people. We just need to learn which hand to shake and which hand to hold on to. That's life. Learn to hold on and learn to let go. Sometimes words are not enough to show someone how much you care. Sometimes you must make a small effort so they realize they truly need to be loved. From this day on, looking back at the past, we will smile and say, "I didn't think I could do that, but I did. I left behind all who tried to bring me down." Always remember, everyone has their own opinions and beliefs. We each respond differently to both joy and hardship. Being able to maintain your differences without hurting others, that is the art of living. Dear friend, open the door once so that the boundless sky and earth may enter. Greet the gentle dawn light and dwell in peace within every cell of body and mind. There were 3 construction workers building a new structure. A passerby stopped to watch and asked the first worker, tired, sweaty, unhappy, what he was doing. "I'm laying bricks," he asked the second, who seemed similarly sweaty and burdened. "I'm earning a living, $20 a day." He then asked the third worker, whose face was bright and enthusiastic despite the sweat and dust, "What are you doing?" "Oh, me? I'm building a cathedral." The lesson: look at your work from the perspective of the greater goal, not just the daily task. Whatever you can do, or dream of doing, begin. Talent, power, and magic favor those who dare to start. An exaggerated sense of I is easily hurt whenever the world criticizes or rejects it. Let it be. Just allow it to feel that pain. Don't run from it. Don't cling to it. Whenever you are praised and your ego swells with pride, remember, such joy won't last either. Waves rise, then fall back into the ocean. Pain or happiness, like waves, they come and go. In the deeper realm of the mind, they pass like water under the bridge. True liberation is letting go of the I. Look deep into the cycle of arising and ceasing, and you'll find everlasting peace. One day in the park, a woman sat next to a man on a bench near a playground. "That's my son over there," she said, pointing at a boy in a red sweater sliding down the slide. "Isn't he adorable?" "And that's my daughter, riding the bicycle in the white dress," the man replied. He checked his watch and called to his daughter. "And shall we go home now?" "5 more minutes, Dad, please. Just 5 more minutes," the little girl pleaded. The father nodded, letting her keep riding happily. Several minutes later, he called again. "Time to go." "5 more minutes, Dad, only 5 more minutes," she insisted, and he nodded, smiling. "You're really a patient father," the woman commented. The man smiled and explained. "Her brother was killed by a drunk driver last year while riding near here. I never spent much time with him, and now I'd give anything for just 5 more minutes with my son. I vowed never to make that same mistake with my daughter. She thinks she's got 5 more minutes to ride, but really, I get 5 more minutes to watch her enjoy life." The moral: prioritize what truly matters, and family always comes first. So spend as much time as you can with loved ones. Writer, and sometimes incorrectly noted as director, Dostoevsky once said, "Pain can only exist in the absence of acceptance and forgiveness. The past can guide you, but don't let it lead you." In an old rural part of America, there were 2 brothers living in dire poverty who decided to steal sheep from local farmers. They were caught. The townspeople punished them by branding the letters ST, short for stealer, on their foreheads. The older brother felt so ashamed he couldn't bear facing people, constantly haunted by his stigma. Ultimately, he left his village, hoping to bury the past somewhere else. But it followed him wherever he went. Whenever anyone asked about the mysterious ST on his forehead, he just dodged the question. The younger brother, also devastated, decided to stay. He reasoned, "No matter where I go, the mark on my forehead is still there. Even if no one else knows, I won't forget. So I might as well correct my mistakes here." From that day on, he resolved to live in atonement, focusing on the present moment, sincerely helping everyone however he could. Soon he established a successful life. More than that, people adored him. Everyone spoke of him as an honest, compassionate, and upright person. Over time, the letters ST remained on his forehead, but no one seemed to mind. One day, a traveling merchant came to do business in the village. People directed him to the younger brother, who impressed the merchant with his genuine kindness and sincerity. Curious about the letters on his forehead, the merchant asked an old villager about them. The old man thought for a while and said, "I don't remember exactly. It's been ages. Judging by how he lives, maybe it means saint." There's an English saying, "Every saint has a past, every sinner a future. Everyone makes mistakes. Brooding over them only keeps you stuck in the past." Life is like a novel. You'll never discover the next chapter if you don't turn the page. Don't torture yourself over the unchangeable. Even the worst sinner can become a saint if they turn back to their original goodness, continuously improving themselves. You can't alter the past, but you can shape the future. Living differently from how you erred before is the only way to find peace in the present. The director-author Dostoevsky once said, "Pain can only exist in the absence of acceptance and forgiveness. The past can guide you, but don't let it lead you. Learn to forgive yourself and forgive others, because everyone needs a chance to be better than they were yesterday."